Warning, this podcast is on a 1 hour delay. You look confused.
I was confused.
The feed's on an hour delay. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Scream Season 2, Episode 10, The Vanishing. I'm your host, Dom. With me, B.
Hi.
A.K.A. Kim. And Jake. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
We are mourning the loss of Noah's love life.
Yeah, again.
Not Zoe. Noah's love life.
Yeah.
The death of his love life. For the thick of time.
Let's take a moment of silence.
No, you're not allowed to date Noah because you're going to die.
No.
Pretty much. Hey, Sally, how's it going? So... What'd you guys think of this episode?
I was so afraid. The whole episode, I'm like, oh god, they're going to kill Noah. Oh my god, they're going to kill Noah. Oh my god, no!
It's not supposed to end this way.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to watch this show after this. If they kill Noah, I'm done.
Wow. Would you really honestly go to that extreme?
No, probably not.
No?
I would boycott. For a little bit. I would.
Wow. You wouldn't finish the season out? When it's revealed that Noah didn't actually die and he's the killer?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, see? Don't boycott. No, I don't know. I'm just throwing random shit out there.
Well, we know who's not the killer.
That is true. That is true. The episode opened up, though, with a really creepy autopsy for Piper. Not even her first autopsy, her second one. And, you know, not only is it just like this creepy autopsy to begin with, but Piper's mother, aka Emma's mom, is the one doing the autopsy.
Never cared about that baby anyway.
Can you even legally do autopsies on your children?
No.
Well, maybe there are special cases where if your daughter was a serial killer in a mask who tried to kill both you and your daughter, maybe they have the clauses in that.
Yes,
in those rules.
it's written as that specific clause right there. Like that is the only exception.
The Piper tried to kill us both by the lake clause.
Yeah, it has to be by the lake, but if it's by like the Quickie Mart, then no. it doesn't count. And B, you're totally taking Quickie wrong way. But
I didn't even say it.
But inside, I may have watched an episode of The Simpsons recently. So inside Piper's chest, B, stop. B, just because I said chest doesn't mean anything. Was not her actual decomposed heart. It was a recent fresh pig heart.
What's with these pigs?
I don't know.
Is there a theme that I'm unaware of?
Is this the their nod to Saw, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I feel well. If that's it, then I didn't catch on. But
I don't. They haven't
mask and everything in Saw,
Yeah. Well, they have not revealed anything that like it was the pig thing, or really that much. But I don't like. They said with the pig heart. Obviously, they're putting something together. But yeah. I feel like we're missing.
There's something with these pigs because we keep seeing that.
We got a bit of a flashback between Emma's mom and Sheriff Acosta, where we see them helping Brandon James. They're hiding, disposing of the knife, which was the murder weapon. I'm assuming. And then we find out that they left notes for each other in a little hole in the tree.
We pretty much learned that Brandon James is not dead.
Mm-hmm. We knew that.
That we know of.
We knew that.
Well, yeah.
But this whole time they're starting to think that maybe he's alive. I'm starting to think maybe he actually is dead.
Well, I think They never found Brandon James's body, so to me that means he's still alive. Then again, they never found Piper's body and she's dead.
Right.
I would like it if he was still alive.
Well, they made it sound like they actually did have her body and she was buried, so they knew, like, but they never put it during the show, though. In the show, we assumed that the body was never found, and then now all of a sudden the body is found, and they're like, oh, well, it was buried, so I'm like, okay, so you did have to do an autopsy, you did find the body, but you left that all out.
Right.
Well, who dug up Piper?
Sally asked in chat. We'll get to that. We'll get to that, Sally. We'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, the and then like we see the flash forward, not really, but present day, when Emma's mom's trying to communicate with Brandon James, and she goes and puts the note in the tree, and we just see like super creepy Eli in the bushes, like looking out, being like, "What the fuck did you just put in this tree?"
No, I don't think it looked like what the fuck. It looked like he knew. I think Eli knows a lot more than we, like, I don't know, it looked like he knew. He knows.
Eli is Brandon James. He got his face fixed and...
Wouldn't he be older?
See, that's what plastic surgery does. You do
I'm like, yeah,
little Botox. They pulled and snip until he has a fresh face. It's all smooth.
His growth was stunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's had Botox treatments in his hands and everything, to keep him
everything.
Young. Yeah.
And apparently he's...
That would be really fucking weird because he kissed Emma.
Oh. Well, he's not Emma's dad.
Yeah, that's your mom's old boyfriend, so it's like...
It's still weird. I hope that's not the case. I really
feel
like Eli's a red herring. I feel like it's too obvious. They're pointing too many assumptions at Eli right now, so I feel like it's just, nope, it's not what you think it is.
You just think Eli's just being creepy?
Yeah.
We haven't seen Eli in a while.
We didn't see Eli the whole episode. We didn't see Karen this whole episode.
We didn't see Brooke.
We did not see Brooke, and we didn't see Stavros either.
Yeah, they were up doing something.
Stavros was mentioned.
He was mentioned a few times, yeah.
But
his father was looking for him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Everybody's just like pointing fingers and being like, because I've seen some stuff online already. People are just like, yeah, where was Kieran the whole episode? I'm like, where was Brooke and Stavo?
They were in their little special room.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people missing this episode that totally points to the possibility of any one of them could possibly be the killer. It sounded like that the killer is trying to point fingers at Emma.
Well, this was a very Emma Audrey centric episode, and it's all the aftermath, of Piper. It's the whole, Audrey bringing Piper to Lakewood, and the whole aftermath of all of that.
So the moment that as soon as they get to the barn and everything, and they see the scythe on the freaking door, which we knew that eventually that the killer used that to kill Jake, I automatically started going, okay, so the killer is basically making it look like Emma is involved in all of this. I mean, he's kind of been doing it from the beginning. He or she's been doing it from the beginning, and that Audrey's kind of, and it's putting the blame on them, and now they just put their fingerprints all over fucking all the shit.
Yeah, that's gonna
unless their fingerprints already were on it.
Yeah, that is true. But
Y'all hear that?
Puppy party.
Yeah.
Puppy fiasco. But yeah, no, we had so Audrey, she's like, I want to really kind of talk to Emma, and let's figure this out. Let's hash this out. AMA, ask me anything. Treat it like that. And it ended up only making things worse. And then the whole thing, they're in the middle of a fight, they're in school, and that's when the whole, oh my god, Noah's missing kind of thing happens. Noah gets lured to the lake, and, think it's Zoe, but it's really the killer, and he gets stabbed, and everybody's
it took him
like,
far
yay,
too
Noah
long.
finally got stabbed.
far too long to start getting creeped out. Cause
No.
he was like la 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 la, and then all of a sudden he was like, wait a minute, and then he like started to back out. I'm like, you didn't pick up on this the moment that you started walking towards the woods. Come on, no, you're better than this.
I don't understand how you can't call. Okay, so you get a text from Zoe. You should know. You should know this from last season. You call the person that is sending you texts because there is a killer that has access to everybody's phone, apparently. So if you want to know, you're talking to the person.
He had already kidnapped Zoe, I think, at that point. That's how he had their phone.
Had he called, and Zoe didn't pick up, you would know something was wrong.
Watching him meet me at our favorite spot. It's just like, oh god, they're gonna end it, because I know me and Kim had seen the preview last week of this episode, this particular scene, and was like, it looked like Noah got stabbed, and he sure as hell did, But
oh yeah, he was stabbed.
He was definitely
And
stabbed.
buried.
Yeah, he stabbed. He was buried alive. And, this whole time we have Em and Audrey playing this game of, Taken. It's just like, I don't know, a bunch of clues and mysteries. It reminded me a little bit of Saw with, like, puzzles and, traps. Like, the trap was Noah and Zoe, and they have all these puzzles that they have to solve on the way to figuring it out. And it's just like, this whole game could have easily just been pointed at Audrey. Like, Emma was almost completely useless here. Like, sure, Emma solved, the thing that, he got wrong, that must be the murder board. Like, Audrey, really? Like, you've spent so much time with Noah, and the first thing that didn't pop into your mind was Noah's murder board? Like, okay, so, Emma, you were not needed for that. At all. Then, literally behind the board, I'm sure Audrey is smart enough to figure that out. We didn't need Emma for that. And then the last thing that Emma figured out was the docks. It's like, okay, Audrey could have figured that out too. It's just like everything that was there. Audrey was the only one that had the clues that Emma was like completely clueless. Like, sunflower? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Oh, because me and Piper talked about this. It seemed like this whole thing was more for Audrey than it was for Emma.
Well, Audrey and Noah are very close.
Right.
Yeah.
Closer than Noah and Emma, I would imagine.
Yeah. But at least the time that they spent together, we finally got the answer, to what we've been basically assuming since season 1, that Audrey was in love with Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So she was hurt. She was lashing out.
Which
it happens. It's not right.
This is a real thing that does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a thing that happens where you can love like one of your friends, and you've been friends for a long time, and then eventually and she says, you broke my heart. Well,
and you didn't
I can
even
understand.
know it.
I can understand where Audrey is coming from. Audrey could have told Emma, like, this is what happened. It's why we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
So I understand where Audrey is coming from, but then again, Audrey, eventually you moved on. So why couldn't you just go up to Emma and say, hey, like a couple years ago, however long ago it was, like, I had a crush on you, and then we had a falling out because, like, you were with whoever that one guy was. But can we still be friends?
Yeah.
I guess Audrey never let it go.
Well, Audrey she acted immediately. That's when she started talking to Piper, and that's when Piper came. That was like instantaneously. So, I mean, it's been a lot of time now. She had plenty of time to say stuff now, but they were also distracted with the murders,
But Emma.
Yeah.
And Emma was never my favorite character, but now I'm starting to hate her. Like when she was talking to Audrey about like, you brought Piper here. You did that so you can get revenge on me. Get over yourself, okay? Like, really? Really, you think Audrey invited Piper because she knew Piper was your secret half-sister that you never knew about so she can kill you?
All of
she really didn't
that
listen.
Was true, except for the so she could kill you part.
Yeah, she really wasn't listening. I think Emma was just pissed off and was just like, it's all like, oh, woe is me, blah, 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 wah, wah, wah. I was just like, Emma.
Yeah, but the fact remains that the time that they had that argument discussion was not an appropriate time. Noah's life was on the line.
Oh,
Literally under their noses.
Yeah. I was like, when they're searching around, I go, it's under the fucking pig! Like, I'm screaming at the TV. I knew that's from the moment they walked in and saw the pig there, I go, Noah's under the pig. First thing that popped into my mind. I was just, I was so mad. But then we see Noah, like, in there, and, he's got the live feed going, right? And then we have the same thing, inevitably going for Zoe. Noah's live feed was actually live. Zoe's feed was on a delay, hence the beginning can be the delay.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
So, yeah, and, Zoe's already dead, and she's been dead for a while. It's not like they missed it by 5 minutes or, anything like that. She's been dead for a while. So, that had me thinking, when Noah was actually hallucinating Zoe, I don't think he was hallucinating. I think that was her ghost.
Ooh, now we have ghosts in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's different, yeah.
Doesn't that make that whole scene a little creepier now?
That would be...
Yeah.
Well, Scream was never supernatural.
Right.
If they did bring in that element to it, that'd be interesting. I mean, they haven't done it before. That'd be cool. So I think, if you introduce the idea of ghosts, you need to establish some rules. Like, are they tangible? Can they manipulate things? And if so, does that mean, like, maybe Piper's ghost?
Well, I think it was just more of that Noah was on a near-death experience as well, so he was more subjectable to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to start seeing, like, the dead people from the past just, like, walking around and doing stuff, but I think it's a very isolated situation.
We can see Jake come back to Brooke.
No. No, I think it was an isolated situation because his life was on the line. Noah was basically dying at that point too. So
everyone is basically dying in this show.
That's true. But Noah was literally basically dying. He was running out of air and he was bleeding.
He was running out of air and blood.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Overall, I thought this was a fantastic episode. Like, it was very suspenseful, but it was also slow at the same time. And it's just, I don't know, it's very different. Like, I'm looking at this now compared to the movies. And the movies were just a big fucking slasher. And it was just like, can you guess the killer by the end of it? But that wasn't really your focus, right? You may have been like, oh, who's the killer in your head? But that wasn't your main focus. Your focus was just like, what the hell was going on at the time, But here, it's more of a psychological game than it is a slasher. Like, Season 1 was very slasher, right? And Season 2 is very psychological. Like, it's very, take the time, plant the kills. We haven't even seen that many kills.
We haven't. There's been a lot of taunting.
3 people die.
It feels like either every episode or every other episode in Season 1 there was a death. That could just be me remembering wrong, people. But...
Well, they were just, like, in Season 1, they were even just random people getting killed.
Yeah.
This season, it seems like they're, like, more prominent.
Yeah, they're more purposeful. So...
I mean, what was that bitch's name who got killed last week? The one who was hanging? She wasn't that...
Haley.
Haley, yeah.
Yeah, her. That bitch. She wasn't that important, but still, like, she was character, and she had some impact on the story.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then Sally in chat says, why was Zoe wearing her Lady of the Lake sash? And because she won the competition, right? And then her body was literally dredged in the casket, dredged out of the lake. So it was kind of a, here you are the Lady of the Lake. You died in the lake now. You're the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah.
So, it was just...
kind of sad. Tragic irony.
Yeah, it definitely was. And it screams Brooke to me. Brooke's the one that intentionally made sure she won it.
Intentionally, I don't know. Because, like, anyone could have won. But,
but she put all her focus into Zoe and said, I'm going to make sure you win this.
And where was Brooke? We do have to ask the question, where were these characters? Because we didn't see them anywhere in this episode. We basically only got 3 of our main characters. And did we? Okay, so we saw the killer with Noah. I think that was the only time we did see the killer.
Yes.
So it could have been, unless Noah is like doing an elaborate scheme. We can assume it's not Noah. But that leaves, who does that leave? Okay, that leaves Kieran, Brooke, Savo, Eli. Don't think it's Eli, but it could be Eli. I'm still going for Emma. Because, again, I think...
But Emma was with Audrey almost the whole day.
Yeah, almost.
And then don't forget the cop. Acosta got a call from the killer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, around the same time that Noah and Audrey were on their way to the barn. So...
And there were times where we do see the killer with Emma, but I just think that's her.
Hallucinating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't think the killer has actually been... It's possible the killer was actually chasing Emma, but my theory is that the killer has never gone after Emma. That's just her seeing it in her mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see them doing something with her actually being crazy and, sociopath, and she's 2 dual identity kind of people, and I could see that, but she's not doing it alone. Someone's working with her.
No, definitely not.
Maybe Karen. Who knows? But
yeah. So I want to know about this whole Eli thing, because for a while I thought it was Eli. But that is the obvious answer. But maybe they could do a complete 180 and it can be the obvious answer.
It's possible. It's possible. Though I feel unlikely. I have a feeling that Eli just happened to be there, or has been tailing Emma's mom. One of the two.
I don't. He's up to something.
He's up to something. He may not be the killer, but he's up to something. He's doing something.
I think he just wants to get in Emma's pants. I think that's the entire motive behind everything.
I think that's part of it. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe that's part of it. I don't think that's the whole reason why he's there.
I don't know, I'm a little creeped out now if he ends up being Brandon James. Because I get the feeling that Eli is older than he lets on. I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. But then that goes into, his mother. Who is she in all this? And, I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't see her either.
We haven't seen her in a while. We haven't seen
Brooke's
father, so... There's a lot going on, and we're 2 episodes away from the end now, Next week, the episode is called Heavenly Creatures. Following another murder, Emma and Audrey find themselves prime suspects after damning evidence implicates them. So, as Kim was, she's saying there's fingerprints, all this stuff, and it seems like the killer is going to start blaming Emma and Audrey for this stuff now. So they're going to get tied up. Sally's also asking, who do you think killed Rachel from season 1? Because we know it wasn't Piper.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Okay, so we know Piper has been talking to Audrey. Was talking to Audrey at that point. I don't think it was Audrey, though. Because I think, it was Rachel. So it could have been someone else. Rachel didn't live in Lakewood, did she?
No.
Didn't she live in another town?
Yeah, I believe so.
So maybe it actually was Piper, and that was just Piper going.
Audrey said,
no.
Audrey said she was with Piper when it happened.
Audrey was with Piper, so it had to be this other.
The second killer.
Yeah.
So it had to. Yeah. So it wasn't Audrey, unless that's a cover up. But so it wasn't Audrey and it wasn't Piper. But we do know.
I think it's the same one that lopped off the girl's head in the first episode. Unless that was done and then Audrey went to go see Rachel and then Piper went and lopped the girl's head off. That's a possibility.
So I think. So we know. So Piper had an accomplice, and that's like the other killer. So I think we have. So I think this season we have the accomplice, and I think we have someone else.
Yeah, there's somebody working with this person, no doubt.
I don't necessarily think they're working together.
They're not working against each other either, though.
I think it's the accomplice who has their own agenda, and it's someone else who has their own agenda.
Yeah, I really like the idea that maybe it's Emma. I really like that idea. We'll see.
I really like the thought that the episode's called Heavenly Creatures, even though I know we haven't really had any
references. Yeah,
the references have not been like really there or anything, but that movie is strange, to say the least.
Yep. You guys have anything else for us before we wrap this up?
It's time for the Scream Awards.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so the You Should Know Better award goes to Noah. Noah's getting all the awards. And the there are, and I have two other awards. Usually I give out two, but I'm going to give out three this time. So the Build a Bridge and Get Over It award goes to Audrey. And the Build a Bridge and Get Over Yourself award goes to Emma.
I like it. You could literally just say Build a Bridge and Get Over It goes to Audrey and Emma.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they both need to get over Emma.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, you're right. They're just standing there and they're just fighting and just like
Noah's dying. He's like under there. Like he has minutes.
Actual minutes left, and they're sitting there having an argument. It's the wrong time for that.
They're yelling. They're stomping on the ground.
That was Emma, though. That was Emma being Emma. That wasn't even Audrey.
That was Emma.
Audrey
being
was
Emma.
really like, really, we're gonna do this now, and Emma was like, "Yup," and she whipped the note out. So it was just that's all Emma.
Well, it was the same thing where they were trying that. Audrey was trying to sit down with her and have a conversation with her. Here, ask me whatever question you want to. And the whole time Emma's like, "You're lying. You're lying." And I'm like, she's like, "What was she supposed to do?" She's like, "I'm telling you the truth." I mean, it was just being a bitch.
Yep.
You know where she got that from?
From her mother.
Yeah.
So I think that about.
So we know that is her mother.
Yeah, exactly. I think that about does it. Kim, B, where can the people find you?
On the Twitter, at HUFFITY, PUFFITY.
Excellent. Jake, where can the people find you?
I'm here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter at To Nowhere Land. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhere Land Society.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can also find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Till next week. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Hey.